The topic for today's video is losing in Yu-Gi-Oh! It sucks. And we all lose at some point or another, I hope. Trell doesn't. So,
just don't watch our openings.
Yeah.
Watch our openings.
So how players handle losing, I think, is something that is worth talking about, though, especially because a lot of people, they lose and the first response might be, salt, anger, rage, whatever, I quit. How do each of you guys handle losing? Whoever wants to.
I can start here.
You're the most apt at it.
Hey. Look, I came from. I used to be a football player back in high school. It was a losing team, so losing something I got used to very quickly. And I can tell you,
bad start.
That's something you
life kicked you in the balls.
You don't want to get used to losing, right? Because when you get used to losing, that drive to win, it diminishes, and you develop a defeatist personality. The moment you think it's over, you're ready to pick up your cards. I've been there. I fight it actively, but there's still plenty of times with each of my with all the people I played against where I've just been like, oh, I just lost. Let me pick up my cards. I don't even want to be here anymore. What did I expect? So many times in Yu-Gi-Oh, I have fought that mentality, and by fighting through it, I've won a few times, a few more times than I would have had just scooped up my cards. All I can say is losing isn't the problem. Getting used to it is.
How do you find I'm kind of one of those people. I try to win, but I always know that losing is a possibility. And in that sense, I don't think I ever have a problem with losing, except because, you always do those one guys who take winning a little bit too far, and then it becomes a problem. But I always, my goal here is to win. There is always a chance that, yes, you will lose. There's just some people, it may not be your day, there's just some people who are just better. That's what everybody. Nobody's undefeated.
So you never feel like there are games you're just supposed to win?
There are games that I was like, if I had to do this, I feel like I was in a better chance to win, and you just kind of take that and move forward with it. That's just how I feel with it. I mean, can't change what's in the past. You just learn from it and keep on moving.
Trell, how about you?
I've never lost, so.
Wait a minute. So if Trell won't say it, I'll say it. Trell could be one of the saltiest losers I've ever seen.
First off, actually, wait, what? Talking to y'all?
To Alex specifically.
Wait, what happened?
I remember twice years ago.
I don't even know what happened.
Tell me the story.
I guess I gotta hear the story
Alex
myself.
plays old, niche decks, and I remember on two different occasions, Trell lost to Alex's deck. I remember one was his Frog God deck. You took a loss to that one, and there was no words. It was we running it back. It was
you do that. Sometimes.
Hey, you supposed to run the time out. I'm a hooper. And anybody who plays basketball, know if you're supposed to run it back. You gotta run this back home. You can't just whoop back and walk away.
But still, sometimes there's a difference between you got that one. Come on, let's go. You be like again. Come on.
No.
Okay, see. So obviously, you guys who are watching this video, you see the difference between me and them. I don't accept loss. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Now, this is and see the thing with me though. I've always been a competitive person. All right. In fact, that's kind of how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Is because I was taught how to play the game, and I got the hell beat out of me the first few times I played. And as a person who likes to do well in things, I could not accept that. So I actually went home, I studied the cards I owned, I studied the rules, I studied the game, and I also got rid of the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Out of my brain because it didn't go by the rules. Unlike them, I'm not a person who just say, it's a possibility that I can just lose.
There is.
Unlike them,
There is.
Yes, I get Larry. First, I'm not ever going with Alex.
I don't know what Alex said.
He needs an intervention. But I get what Larry's saying. There's always a possibility to lose, but there's also always a possibility to win. And that's the side I'm always going to be on. I've never been on the side where, this game's it's just out of my reach. And there have been times when I've been at the regionals and I realized I just can't make a play anymore. I'll go ahead and save time, shake hands, keep moving. But at the same time, everybody who knows me, who plays me, including these suckers here, know I will say that my hand is bad, and I will still try for the most optimal play ever. And 9 times out of 10, I'll also get that play because I'm never giving up. I refuse. So yes, I'm a hooper. If you win, we running it back. Don't walk away. Don't walk away.
I'm a hooper.
We're running it back. Okay.
We'll run it back, but
hey, man.
You ran it back over there.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, so it's the same thing.
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I just wanted to bring out the you.
The me?
You were taking it easy on the question.
I don't even know if I was salty. I mean, I don't remember that specific dude.
I love like brother, but sometimes you be like, come on, again.
Hang on, man. No offense, man. Let's not do it on camera because you already beat me, so you can't say that.
I'm just
saying you can't say that.
Did I say that? I said I've seen it.
You haven't. Who have you seen me lose to like that? Especially not at the shop. I mean, if this is what we're doing right now, let's do it. Who have you seen me lose to consistently? Please tell me. Name one person.
I've seen it happen. I can't tell you.
Where?
At the shop.
But who?
Against random times.
Lies. You're lying. You're lying. Only person that's ever beat me like who has ever even come close has been Clay. And even Clay and I go back and forth. So name somebody.
Wouldn't say Clay.
So the next topic related to
You're just
this
talking now.
is
just talking.
that some people I think do give up too quickly. There are people who I've seen, like pick up cards, like, okay, I've scoop, I'm not going to win. What do you guys think of like scoop mentality? Like, oh, I got a bad hand, like I'm not going to try.
I feel like I'm going to be another middle of the road person here.
Sometimes people do. That is his spot. You know that? That is his spot.
I mean,
is there a time when you should, like pick up your cards?
Yeah. There are.
Wasting time.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna steal your thing. Yeah. There are strategic scooping where you're like, okay, I know I'm not finna win. Let's hurry up and go.
Right. Game 3.
Game 3.
Not waste my brain trying to get out of this.
Yeah. If you're in a match, sometimes you don't want your opponent to know like what text you have.
That too.
That too.
Sometimes you don't want them to know all the information.
Like my hands.
Because if my hand's bad and this game 1, game 2, you don't know what I'm playing.
Yeah, you got a blind side.
Yeah.
And I know what you're playing now. I have a better chance of counteracting whatever you're trying to do. You still don't know what I'm playing, so you have to hope you get it right.
I'll let you go full combo. Okay, that's what you're playing. That's what I got to deal with. Game 2.
Straight up.
Go first. I know exactly what you're finna try to do.
And even in tournament, with time being like the second biggest factor in the game, sometimes scooping is just saves time.
Smart, right? It's smart.
I say scoop mentality is at its worst on
salty people.
Online Yu-Gi-Oh.
Online, yes.
Rage quitting like a ball.
Like you stop one card, they just.
He plays ass.
Connection
I
lost.
Play against this.
Stop. We mean stopped. Like the game begins, disconnect.
Yep. I don't like my hands.
Some Armageddon night. Dual ended. He's just like, oh, here we go.
And there's no repercussions for that. You can't stop them. You're just gonna be hiding behind the keyboard.
But I want to say a lot of those people who do that online, they're probably not playing in a lot of tournaments because you're not going to get far with that mentality in a tournament.
Agreed.
Like, no, because anytime you have a bad hand, your opponent very well can too. So might as well play it out. If you find an opening, take it. If you don't, well, hey, that's the breaks.
Them's the breaks.
I mean, he's right though. A lot of times, even when I watch duels online, like from other people, if I'm not playing, a lot of the better rated duelists, they're gonna sit through whatever they're playing against, whether they want to or not. They're gonna do it. Like it trains them. It makes them. It conditions them to be better for when you're in real life duels. Because I hate slow duels, but I know for a fact that I can't avoid all of them as well. So when I'm online and playing against somebody who's playing these slow, grindy decks, I hate it, but I'm gonna sit through it because I gotta learn how to beat it. Because if you're in person, you can't scoop every game that you play, especially if I'm paying money to be in this.
Yeah, I do think
you can't just get up from the table and leave.
Right.
I mean, I do think there's an idea online that like, well, it's YGO Pro. I can just play another person real quick. Like it's quit and just play another match.
Yeah.
But I don't think that really translates well to tournament. But I've seen people in tournaments who do this and like leave the tournament thinking like, I got sacked. This was unfair. Something. What would you say to people like in real life?
I think that's more of like a personal, like their personality than really as far as like something the game did to them. Like if you're like that. You're like that in everything you do.
Life is whooping your ass, and Yu-Gi-Oh is no different.
That's like the defeatist personality to 10. Like that's when you lost before you even paid your entry fee.
Like defeatist person. Explain what you mean by defeatist personality. Because when I say defeatist personality, I see somebody. I guess I'm gonna go play this $20 to lose. I guess I'm gonna
Well, it's not just that.
What are you playing? I guess I'm going to lose. I can't win with this hand. I might as well just go home right now.
Like, that's a pretty aggressive way to look at it.
That's what I think when you
but
say
there's many types of defeatist. A defeatist will take the very first time something goes wrong, everything is wrong. Bad hand here, they're going to go ahead and drop the match, essentially. And then that happens 2 more weird hands. 3 rounds in a row. Oh, I went X3. I'm going to drop. I got screwed by whatever. Or,
again, I think that person just has problems.
Or the people who run into time.
Is that wrong with me to say?
I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, I can't be mad at you for it.
I'm not as aggressive as Trell, but I'm also of the fact that, I'm not going, you going to win, but you're not going, I'm not going to come here like, oh, I messed up, like, I just won my, like, no, I'm going to try my damnedest to win. That's just how I lift weights a lot. If I get to a weight I can't lift, I don't go, well, I'm gonna go home. No.
Walks out.
You pick that son bitch up and you work it till you can get it.
Pull a muscle, man.
Now you have to walk out.
I see. That's nothing with me too. Is like you talk about scooping and all that. Just I have an issue, and some of my friends even do. I have an issue when people say, "Well, we're just gonna scrub out and go get food."
Yeah.
That's not really. I mean, and it's cool as a joke, but some people they say it and they really believe it. So, don't pay your $20 for this event if you just want to. If you just feel like you're finna scrub out, you can go ahead and say that's the food you plan on getting anyway.
And sometimes we have that personality where it's like, okay, if they scrub out, if you're with them, your day might as well be over with too, because you're not gonna have a good time the rest of that time because somebody else scrubbed out.
Oh no, y'all waiting on me. I'm telling you right now.
Never mind.
But you know what I'm saying.
We know all about that. We know about waiting on you for that when you do everything.
Y'all gotta wait on me. I'm still in this event. We gotta wait on me. I'm sorry. I paid. We doing this.
Wait, actually, speaking of that, that's why I think team-wise TSs are really good for combating those people that have those types of mentalities.
Agreed.
Because
it's not just
it's not just you. It's not up to you whether you all scrub out and go home. Like, it's not that simple.
With that being said, too, I would never add anybody to my team that has that full defeatist personality, though. Like, you gotta want to try. Yeah. Like, we're just in now, and that's the thing, too. Sometimes you want to play for fun. And if you choose to pay the $20 or whatever it costs to play for fun, that's fine, but make sure that's what your goal is. My playing for fun is also me winning as well, so, I mean, it just kind of goes hand in hand for me. But if we agree as a team, hey, we're going to play for fun, I'm okay with it. I'm with the team. I won't even trip about whatever happens. If I lose, cool, but I usually, when I get into events, I'm trying to do well. I mean, I personally am trying to do well. So.
I've never entered something trying to lose.
Yeah, I'm going to get.
So here's a related thing.
Okay.
And this one gets a little bit more, for the specific, varies from player to player. Some people, what about the people who blame their opponents for their losses? Because that in Yu-Gi-Oh, that's a big thing. Like, a lot of people.
Didn't your opponent beat you though?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say that too. Isn't it? I mean, it is technically his fault that you lost because it's a direct interaction there. But what do you mean when you say blame your opponent for the loss?
So you lost to Mystic Mind. A lot of people will respond to that as he was playing Mystic Mind. I couldn't beat that deck's unfair anyway.
I mean, did you not show up at the tournament thinking you might play against Mystic Mind?
So what's the?
It sounds more like they're blaming the card that I lost to Mystic Mind. More so than I even lost to my opponent. Mystic Mind beat me.
Usually it's either one side, like either you blame the card, and some people even go a step further and blame that person personally. Like this person's what.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh can be
because they played Mystic Mind.
I've been cursed out. I mean, realistically, I've been cursed out by many of my opponents over the years of my competitors.
No, I think it's.
I mean, and it's true. Like, and it's funny to me.
Because you rubbed their faces.
Well, that was in the beginning. I haven't rubbed anybody's face in a couple of years, but. Like I play. Everybody knows I love 60 card decks or anything more than 40, and so my decks are always like a chimera of whatever I have in my bag type situation. And so when it wins, people don't expect for it to win. So I've been cursed out many times, and like he's playing this bullshit, blah blah blah, whatever. You're right, but it won. So I'm not upset about it. I mean, I understand why you might be a little peed off, but obviously I had some kind of strategy going into this when I built it.
I think the best advice that I ever heard, and I heard it a few years ago. You can't blame your opponent for drawing and playing the cards they chose to put in their deck. Like, there's, a lot of people who, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets sacky, right? Like, there are times that people top deck this thing, it makes you lose. It feels like, that's no fair. I had complete control, but like I've always been of the mind that like, did you really? If like one card could beat you,
Right.
then were you winning or not? Like it's hard to say. And like, what would you guys say to people who are still kind of at that phase of their losses? Well, I lost because he was playing this. I lost because he activated Dark Ruler no more, and I just didn't have anything. He had Nibiru. Because all these new cards like that are especially controversial for those reasons.
I'm just gonna say, I would just tell them they're right.
I tell them get over it.
I'm like, you're right. If that's why you think you lost, then you're right, man. Because my thing is, even like when I play test with my friends, like my thing is like, I mean, play testing and winning is cool, but there's nothing wrong with play testing and losing, because my thing is I feel like you should learn either way. If I'm play testing you and I'm winning, that's all good, fun, good and cool. But if I'm not learning anything from it, it doesn't do me. It doesn't really help me out. Me losing doesn't help me out either unless I'm learning it. Because some people don't. The thing about losing is people don't know how to learn from a loss. Right?
Yeah, some
they
people
can't
don't know
learn.
how to lose.
Right? They don't know how to lose, and they don't know how to come up from a loss. So yeah, they can blame their opponent all they want, but your preparation is just as much the issue as their preparation. It's a 50-50, literally that. He was prepared. He played Mystic Mind. He knew it was a good meta call. I was like, I'm not gonna play the Mystic Mind deck, so I don't side any back row hate or whatever, and I get wrecked by it. Whose fault is that? Okay, I can blame my opponent for it, but what part did you have in it? And so like I said, my advice, my words to them, like, you're right. If you said your opponent's the reason why you lost, then you're right.
And my advice would just be, well, you lost, and so did 50% of the people in this round.
Well, most times they don't care about
most
that.
people,
cares about
everybody lost to something just now. You can blame your opponent, you can blame their card. It doesn't even really matter. You lost, and so did him, her, him.
Who are you pointing at?
No. The imaginary people.
Like I said, the cop in me says get
the
over
gaffer,
it. I mean,
the soundboard director.
They're playing the game just like you are. Their goal is not to, hey, I'm gonna sit in front of this person and let this person win because,
or play his game. Like,
yes, they're in it to win just like you are.
Yeah, there's no entitlement to a win. You have to work for it.
You don't deserve nothing. But the back of my hand.
Let's play FTKs.
Don't stop.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Okay, so just for some fun, worst experiences with like a person who lost to you. What's the worst thing?
Lost to me?
You won. They lost. What did they do? What did they say? What did they do?
I won. They lost.
Yeah. What's the worst thing you've seen? Or you can if someone next to you, like in a tournament, like it might have happened at
you probably because Trell will say this too. People who pick on kids because they're a kid and they lost. It's just.
I'm talking like people who are salty that you beat them, like, or they were just,
I'm not telling you.
I'm rather large. People aren't normally salty if I beat them in front of my face. I've had people. It's just kind of that cold response where it's just okay, game's over. Just get up and walk off, and that's just just rude. But
what about you?
But some people are just like that. I've learned over the years.
I'll tell you, I've had plenty of people curse me out. I mean, they've never cursed me. I've only had one person curse me directly to my face. But I've had people curse me out for the deck I'm playing. I've walked by people, heard them talking about how.
I've done that.
I hear them talking about you.
Usually you just walk straight
and you just laugh, keep walking. I had one guy actually he left the event. I remember at the Shreveport event. This was back when Construct was at 3, my baby. And me and this guy, he was playing BA back when they main deck like Vanity Fiend and Maxi Fiend and all that crazy stuff. And he's a really cool guy. Game 1.
Especially Tribute Summon. That's such a good player.
Right, I know, right? But he was a cool guy. Like we had our time match was fun until game 3. Like game 1, because I already had a draw because of time. Game 1, I won. Game 2, he won. He had like triple Karma Cut. That's when Karma Cut was the shit back then before he had down the Miscus. And in game 3, we're about to go into time. No, we went to time. We were in turns, and he just got like really serious with it. Like he was like no more jokes, no more playing. Like he was like serious. And I beat him with the worst combo ever. Like I overlaid 2 constructs into some Galaxy Xyz, whichever, or the full armor that pops a card. And that's back when we had the Trapeze Magician combo. So I full armored his monster, and I Trapeze Magician attack for game. He literally just left the event. Like he got his bag, he just dropped and just left the entire event. Like, and I mean I was still proud of that combo. And he was a cool guy. And I want to shake his hand, but there were no more words between us. Like that was it.
I don't think he took it like he was angry at you. He was just like.
I mean, I guess maybe his day was over.
Maybe it was just one of those things. Yeah. It's like.
I mean, he's a cool guy.
Because sometimes, you do have those losses that hit harder than most, where it's just like
It's usually
you knew you had it. You had it, and then shit.
Alec,
where
what about
were
you?
we? Where were we?
Well,
It was a dude with you.
I had a time where it was some
trying
regional,
to screw you over.
and we were like, I was on the bubble. My opponent was on the bubble. We were both X2. Nobody wanted that third loss, and I won. But leading up to my win, you could tell I could see the change in my opponent as he noted. He realized that it was over. Like all energy disappeared. He started moving slower and slower, and by the end of it, he actually signed our match slip and everything before my turn finished, and just like slid it at me, and like picked up his stuff and he just jet. I didn't see him again. No good game or anything. He was just done with me.
I'm rather large people. I don't play that. I was gonna say, I think it was one time. I think it was Pearl, where the guy said, I think y'all ended up drawing because of that. He's like, oh, you were milling for something. For Fairy Tale Snow.
No, it was.
And the dude said you took your hand off the card.
That's what it was. I wasn't milling. I was banishing cards from the grave in the field for Fairy Tale Snow, and he said I chose a different card, which I hadn't. But he said I chose a certain card, which I didn't. And he started losing. I already hand looped him for 4 cards. Because it was like I went double Omega, Trishula, and then DDR Omega. And so it's not me, but he was just salty, and he was playing Paleo. He was playing Paleo Frost. I remember him. He was really salty. And at that point, we were pretty much the last ones playing, so everybody's watching us. So you get even more salty when there's a big ass crowd around you.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse when people are watching you lose.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like he got really salty with it. It's bad. Like I ended up like having to get back with him. He was trying to talk crazy to me or whatever, but like I still won that one.